Hello, my name is Will McGuirk. Welcome to the city of Oshawa. This is a place filled with artists who make things and make things happen. In this series, we're going to have a chat with some of them, and they're going to challenge me to see what it is that I can make in this city. The reality is, this is Dani Crosby's city. She's involved in so many aspects of it, and I'm looking forward to spending a day with her to find out what projects she has and what challenges she has for me.
My name is Dani Crosby. I'm a local fine artist, commercial artist, and art teacher up at Durham College. Art has been a constant companion for me my entire life. It's been with me as a way of me processing emotions and experiences from a young age. It's been a survival strategy, and it's evolved into a career. My experience now has a lot to do with how Oshawa has evolved as a creative community, and it has, but it also has just as much to do with my willingness not to be constantly isolated in my studio. Being an artist in Oshawa has been a very welcoming experience. Speaking to that, not-for-profits have been popping up in this community to support the creative process and creative engagement, such as the Living Room. Just by knowing that not-for-profit is out there right now, to me, is one of the larger evolutions of our city. See, I know him as a wordsmith, and what I'm going to try and get him to do today is consider abstract thoughts, abstract emotions and experience, things that Will might have a hard time conveying with words. And then I'm going to have him work on an exercise that creates a visual metaphor.
I kind of feel like I should bow when I come into this, because it's just incredible work.
Nice
Hello,
to
Dani
see
Crosby.
you.
How are you?
Good.
All right, good Lord Almighty. This stuff you're working on?
Absolutely.
You got a project for me?
I do. You're going to make one of these in about 4 hours. No, I got you. You're okay. You're okay. You're okay. I've got something a little more manageable.
That's a little bit better.
So I know you're used to working with words, but today I'm going to try and get you to translate a small story or experience or emotion into a visual metaphor that you're going to use on this template. So it's getting something, quite literally,
from your head,
and putting it in the headspace of this figure. So you think you're up for it?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to read it or see it, but yeah, I can try it. I
do.
guess.
That's good enough.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So,
shall we? I think he'll do okay. Because it's just going to be a matter of me sitting down with Will, learning a little bit about how he thinks and how I can help him communicate visually as opposed to through his usual method of writing.
when I was a child, I used to draw, and I gave it up and took up words instead. So I'm not 100% like new to drawing, but it has been a long time since I've drawn anything.
What we're going to do today is go through a process to try and get you comfortable with getting something a little intangible out of here onto the paper in a form of visual representation. Like, what's an ongoing theme that you ruminate on a lot that you could consider abstract or emotional that you have a hard time putting into words?
Well, it's kind of a balance, which I'm kind of interested in. It's two. It's a frustration with being involved in our scene, and all the other stuff that kind of goes, how it can be a bit of a struggle to continuously try and build something. The other side is that I'm kind of old enough to look back and see that I have built things that are not necessarily concrete or physical. There's a they're not particularly tangible, but they do exist.
You're contributing to an ongoing conversation almost.
But it's not manifesting itself in the actual city. I'm not seeing any changes in the city.
There's not an address for it, there's not a business name for it, but there's ongoing activity and momentum that you've been creating for years now.
Where I am right now, there is that frustration, but also a certain kind of I can see the journey.
So that's a wonderful starting point for something you could get out of your head onto this page here.
Okay.
But before we even do that, what I'd like you to do is take some time with what you're familiar with. So if you could get down 10 to 20 keywords from that could be any kind of words. It doesn't matter if you think they fit, if they come to you, if they feel right, get them out. And then what we'll do is we'll go through that list together and we'll start building some visual symbolism that links with each of those words.
Okay.
All right.
that one out. Okay, teacher, I have some stuff written down.
Let's see.
2 pages.
Step 1 complete.
Step 1 complete. Yes. This is cool.
Beautiful.
Visual artists from in and around Oshawa. Do you know any of these people?
I see a few
Dani
faces.
Crosby?
I see Marissa. I see Tanya. I see Karen.
Yeah? It's amazing. I love it. This is Gallery 67, and these are 67 paintings by Judy Harper. And I guess it's like a massive big collection and a document of all the stuff that happens here and the people involved in it. So yeah, I think it's really kind of cool.
Shall we?
We go back to, what are we on now? Lesson 2?
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what you've got.
Now what are we going to do? All right.
Oh. All right. A lot of great words for visuals here.
Yeah?
Did you
Okay.
find yourself naturally, as you were writing out these words, sensations, emotions, start to visualize symbolism?
Yes. There's a certain amount of frustration I sort of feel about the stuff that we're sort of, trying to build here, and just how long it's kind of taken. It's slow, so I got my word slow, so it takes you a while. In my head, I was seeing like a journey, you know what I mean? Like that I've been traveling and building as I go along. So, build, I was thinking of like bricks or something, but more like steps where you're kind of working your way slowly up towards something. You know what I mean? So that's that balance. So there might be like 2 staircases or 2 journeys or something. I had the brain drain train because I think that is a good sort of metaphor for an awful lot of people in the arts who have to go perhaps to a larger city, or have to commute.
So that right there is a really strong visual you've got here.
Okay.
I want you to hold on to that, either make a note mentally or physically.
Okay.
So I'm going to get you set up with a palette full of ink and brushes and some water, and then you can have at it.
Okay, sweet. So I draw it first?
I would do a light sketch in a pencil first, and then go in with your brush work. And I'll bring you over a variety of brushes. I've got more brushes in the bag there.
Yeah.
What's this supposed to be here? What's this?
What's
What's this?
That's the river. That's the
That's
spiral.
where the river begins.
That's the spiral.
There's a
And then
river.
this was going to be like land shapes.
Okie dokie. Looks good?
Yes? Oh, you're looking at me or the picture?
Well,
You
But
like it?
we don't have any more time. No more time. No, give me the brush.
But I've got another brush.
No.
A little bit more red. It needs more red.
No, sometimes you gotta walk away before you overdo it.
Okay, should I sign it?
Yeah,
There you go. It's my Picasso right there.
fantastic. Let's
Okay.
move this somewhere we can take a better look at it. Here, you hold it, and I'll go get some tape.
Thank you. So,
How do you feel about this?
I don't know, that's the inside of my head. Is that basically what it is? That's what it looks like?
You should be pretty happy with yourself. You achieved a lot in a very short period of time.
Oh yeah, okay.
I would say. A couple bits of feedback. Way to handle the brushes. I bet you thought I'd bring you something a little simpler than that
Just
today,
use
like
markers.
chalk or crayons or
yeah,
markers. No,
yeah.
you did beautifully. Once you gave yourself time to experience the different angles of the brush, you got so many different textures, so many different line weights. My whole experience is moving around the page constantly. All that chaos you talked about, some of that frustration.
To have a picture that has like a little bit of a Dani in it, plus my stuff around it. I can't believe that that's actually all the stuff that's in my head. But that's the process, that's what we went through. And that's what it looks like.
Your message really comes across in this. I'd say you did really well.
Sweet, thanks. Dani Crosby.
Thanks for coming.
Greatest teacher ever, greatest person ever, greatest artist ever.
Let's head off, pal.
Let's go find something to drink. Perhaps a coffee. Oh my lord, working with Dani Crosby, it's a dream. She's wonderful. I've been an admirer of Dani Crosby. I'm so happy she's a friend of mine. The idea of using my words and then taking them back into pictures, I like that idea.
That was a lot of fun. And it really helped that we had some time to sit together and turn it into a conversation. Sometimes when you're working on a project like this, it's given to you, you have to take it home. You don't have that inspired conversation to guide you. Well, I'm allowed to grade people on pass-fail, so I'm gonna say pass for today.